An anglicism is a word, phrase, or English construct entered in other language, even if with phonetic adaptation. In this work, I wanted to analyze the so-called loan words from different points of view, looking at their development and their integration within different semantic fields. Starting from an analysis of all languages, I could notice how the English language, over the centuries, have acquired more and more importance, becoming established among other languages. The spread of English has been noted since the early 18th century as the result of the historical position in which they were to find the United States. Italian language is one of the more affected by this phenomenon. Any loan word which lands in Italian language undergoes a morphological adaptation that can be of three types: zero, no alteration of the English term; partial, teeny alteration of the English term; and finally, complete, actual replacement of the English term. After a morphological adaptation, the anglicism undergoes a spelling adaptation. The most common adaptation in our languages is that of preserving the original handwriting. There give proof terms like computer, mouse, babysitter. The loans are also divided into integrated loans, as the Italian word roast beef, taken for the English word roast beef, and no integrated loan words like bar or film. Within these anglicisms, there are the also called Paul friends, those English words constructs that have a shape similar to an Italian word, but that unfortunately do not have the same meaning. Just see the words in fact and actually. The first make us think of the Italian word infatti, but in English it means di fatto, and the second one is currently thought to mean attualmente, but its real meaning is in realtà. Then, it has been analyzed the evolution of anglicisms in various areas such as the language of young people, politics, advertising, and computer science. Within the language of young people, it was possible to see how these loans increase out of proportion and out of control. We encounter terms like happy hour for the Italian word aperitivo, or selfie to indicate the Italian word autoscatto. Every day, we meet with a myriad of anglicisms, many of them quite indestructible. The English language is becoming an increasingly great importance, as if it were a language for smart people. Taking the analysis of language, we cannot forget to mention words like bar tool, shop, night, chat, love story, mood, writer, few, brother, weekend, etc. Then we move into the topic of advertising, where the use of anglicism is expected. Turn on television and watch it for 10 minutes are enough to realize how virtually all Italian brands and not use English language to sponsor their products. Who doesn't know the martini advertising that always said no martini no Paris, or the advertising of Maxi Bon that blends literally Italian and English? How to forget the slogan "Tu gusti smaike one." Another theme to be reckoned with is that of politics. For some time now we are going to talk about the real politichese, due to the increasingly frequent introduction of anglicisms. Who has never heard of spread, spending review, business plan, or antitrust, and how many of us actually know the true meaning of these words? Don't be ashamed if you don't know. Sometimes even those who use it really knows what they are talking about. Other field saturated with anglicism now is that of computer science. This field gives home to millions of anglicisms, many of whom need it. You just think of words like computer, mouse, how to translate it, but of course there are many others who could very well avoid: monitor instead of schermo, or email instead of posta elettronica. To conclude, it has been paid attention to two schools of thought about anglicism. There are those who feel threatened by anglicism, as Castellani, according to which you may be able to replace and translate almost all Anglo-American words, and the comprehensive, as De Mauro, who doesn't feel at all threatened by these anglicisms. We just have to see how long this phenomenon is gaining ground by changing our language, to the point of wondering: evolution or decline? Everyone has his thoughts, but beware that too much of a good thing.